Hey guys, I'm IzDaisho and I'm here playing some Magic, and now I'm bringing you round round 3 match, blah, I can't even talk. Round 3, game 2. So my opponent leads off with a forest and a swamp, and I lead off with a plains and a forest. Then he's going to finally play his 3-drop, which is a Stonefair Crocodile. And it is 3/2 life, 3/2, and it has the ability 2 and black to give it lifelink. So that's really funny because lifelink is usually a white ability, and in this set there are I think 3 cards that have lifelink. One of them is a white cat. One of them is this thing that can get lifelink, and the other one, so it's green and black, and then the other one is red and black. It's the Rage Mutt, and I mean, I sort of understand why this has lifelink. I mean, it is a crocodile, so crocodiles like eat people, and I guess it gets life back. I don't really know. Anyway, I ambush his crocodile with a Selesnya Charm and just block. So that was a little bit annoying that I had to use my Selesnya Charm that way, but it just shows you the versatility of a card like Selesnya Charm. I didn't really have a good way of dealing with a 3/2, and it gave me that. So I've got a full grip, but I choose not to play anything on turn 4, so that should really be like red flags, just pretty much everywhere. Like, obviously there's something going on here, and he should still attack because, like, you can't just not attack into 4 mana. It's not like I have something, like, okay, so you might not attack with your 2/2 into 4 mana if it's blue and white, because then there's a good chance they have a Hussar Patrol. But in this scenario, there's nothing obvious. The only obvious thing that I have here is an Avenging Arrow. And even, like, if I do that, I still have to take 4 and use my turn to do so. So he's just going to attack me. I'm going to take the 4, and then he's going to play his spells. I think he's got a... what is that thing? That is a Corrosda Monitor. And then I'm just going to Avenging Arrow his Corpse Shack Menace at his end step. So that was pretty much just the play I had to make, but yeah, it was fine. So right here I'm just going to drop a Phantom General and then pass the turn, and I'm getting ready, geared up for my next turn, which is just going to be awesome because I have, I think, a Courser's Accord in my hand, and I've got also a Tristani's Judgment, and then 2 other spells that I can't remember what they were. But either way, I am just ready to go, and he just double mind rots me, and that's those are my 4 cards. So I think I lost a Forest, a Savage Surge, a Tristani's Judgment, and a Courser's Accord. So I was basically in a position where I didn't really think I could lose the game, and then I was immediately put into a position where I thought where I basically had given up. And this is where I make one of my hugest mistakes in the game, and shows that sometimes I'm really not as good as a player as I hope that I aspire to be. And I basically gave up. I'm basically like, this is dumb. Like, I can't believe I'm losing to a card like Mind Rot, which is a fine card, but it's not really a card that you expect to lose to. So then I'm just like, you know what, screw it, just play Knightly Valor, attack, blah, blah, blah. I mean, playing Knightly Valor on the Phantom General was a fine play, especially since I had no other creatures. It was really the only play, especially since I was able to get him for 4. But here, attacking with the Phantom General is definitely the wrong play. Him double blocking and trading one of his scavenge creatures for my Phantom General is, like, just terrible. I should have just swung him with the Knight, and it would have put me in a much better position. And I still don't think I would have won that. Well, spoilers. I still don't think I would have been able to win the game, but yeah, maybe I do win the game. Who knows? I'm really good at keeping secrets. But anyway, either way, it was just a really, really bad decision. It makes it so that my Knight can't even swing past his 3/3s anymore. For those of you curious as to why I killed the Corrosda Monitor over the Zanakev Locust, is because he had the mana to scavenge the Zanakev Locust, but not the Corrosda Monitor. So I just didn't want to do that. So anyway, he plays a Dagger Drum Imp and a Trestle Troll, and then I just draw a land and pass back because I couldn't get around his Trestle Troll. So even if I did have the Phantom General, I probably wouldn't have been able to do much anyway. Maybe I guess I would have been able to swing in for 4 last turn. But then once he draws the land and he's able to scavenge onto the Dagger Drum Imp, there's really not much I can do unless I can find an answer to that. But I need to do that really, really quickly since I'm about to take 7 damage, I believe, and go down to 3, and he's going back up to 20. So regardless of what I had done, I think I would be in bad shape. Maybe he'd be at oh no, he goes back up to 17, so he would be at what, like 13 still, because I would have hit him for another 4, and then I would have been able to swing in again here for 4, but I still would have died to the Flyer. So yeah, that was game 2, and now let's just jump right into game 3 because game 2 was really short. It was like 5 minutes. I wasn't just gonna post a 5-minute video. That double Monrot was just devastating, and I didn't really recover. Even in this game, I think I'm still a little bit too much playing on tilts, and I'm just it's really bad. And I usually don't get upset. I think it was just the situation that I was in where I thought I was like gonna win and that the game's gonna be over in a couple of turns, and then all of a sudden I can't even cast any of my spells. But here he starts off with a really aggressive start. He's got the Dregming, well, basically just playing a Dregmingler is just super aggressive and awesome. But right here I have an interesting play of my own. It's still I'm losing a card, or I'm trading a card for a Dregmingler that's already done 3 to me, and then he can scavenge it again later, and he scavenges it for 3 counters. That's just awesome. But here I swing it for 5, take him down to 14, so I don't think I'm doing too badly in this game, especially since I've got the key rune out, so I've got a ton of mana. I do have 3 white and only 1 green source, which you'll see later on might be somewhat relevant. But he's going to attack here. I'm going to block with my knight, and I've got a Savage Surge. Do I have the green? Maybe I have 2 green sources. I don't know what I was thinking. Wait. Yeah, okay, that one's a green source. Sorry. I have 2 green and 2 white sources. I don't even know what I was thinking. I guess the 2 green sources might be relevant. But I also have the Selesnya here. So, I don't know. I was just being stupid, I guess. But anyway, he plays a Corpsejack Menace, and that's not good for me, especially since he's got that Dregmingler in the graveyard. So I need to basically take care of that thing as soon as I physically, possibly, mentally, and I just have to kill that thing right away. So right here I play the Phantom General, and I think that was probably the wrong move. Just passing. I think I should have attacked with the Knight because there's so little chance that he blocks with the Corpsejack Menace there. Because like, what if I have a pump spell? And I wouldn't make that attack if I didn't have a pump spell unless he really put me on doing it. But then he just hits me for 7 here, and that's really bad. I go down to 8, and he goes back up to 22. So that doesn't quite put me out of the game, but it puts me in a really bad spot. And luckily for me, I do have the Tristani's Judgment. I just tried. I don't really know. Okay, so here I do attack, and here he decides to just take it. And I think, yeah, I forgot to make the change there because I didn't even see that attack, but I'll do that now. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I just want to make sure that I don't forget about this because I just see myself doing it. So yeah, he's at 19 now instead of 22. But I do have the Tristani's Judgment for him, and yeah, that's pretty good. Like, being able to kill the Dagger Drone Imp is good because now all he's got is the Corpsejack Menace, and it puts me in a position where I think that I can actually have a chance of winning the game. Because if the only thing he can scavenge onto is this Corpsejack Menace, and then I can find a way to kill the Corpsejack Menace, then I'm good. But he has a really timely Grizzly Salvage here, and he's able to pick up some 3 lands, a Dagger Drone Imp, or yeah, 3 lands, a Dagger Drone Imp, and a Drudge Beetle. So I just figured, oh, he's just gonna grab the Dagger Drone Imp and then toss everything else in the yard. But I think he surprises me and goes for a land, and I was really surprised there because I thought he was just gonna pick up the Dagger Drone Imp. Yeah, he goes and grabs a forest. And I guess he just wanted to get to 7 land so he could start scavenging more things. Or that's actually 6 land. Maybe he just wanted to play the Karazda Monitor this turn. So maybe that's why he did that. But playing the Karazda Monitor is really bad for me. I can still sort of attack here, but again, I just don't want to risk it. Like, I only attacked that 1 turn. Because I just thought it was safe that turn, but I don't want to push my luck because if I lose any of these knights, then it's really just game over for me. So he's just gonna scavenge onto his 3/3, and like the awesome part about linking your scavenge into scavenge is that even if I manage to kill this Karazda Monitor, it's gonna go to the graveyard and have scavenge 3 for something else, and it just puts me in a really bad position. So once you let Scavenge get to the late game, unless you have a really awesome Populate engine going, like if I've had a Tristani out this entire game and I'm able to populate my knights all the time, then I'm really happy. But I don't. So I just triple block that thing. I end up losing 2 knights for his Karazda Monitor and a Scavenge, so it's really not too beneficial for me. But I mean, that's what you have to do when there's a Corpsejack Menace on the table. So anyway, I play a Cellar of Songwords here, and I guess that came pretty on time, or it was like a pretty timely one or whatever. But I mean, it's still pretty late in the game to start like swinging with my birds and stuff and trying to win that way. But again, like all I have to do is hope that he can't find anything else to put it on other than the Corpse Shack Menace, and maybe I can chump block it a couple of turns and then finally draw like well, I don't have any more Tristani's Judgments, but I can draw an Avenging Arrow or a what else? What's that thing called? Or my second Selesnya Charm. But instead he plays a Dark Revenant and a Drudge Beetle, and then that puts me in a really bad position because I can't really swing with my bird because he'll just block with his Dark Revenant and it'll go back to the top of his library and then he can cast it again. And I just basically lose value out of it. And that just hurts me even more in case I draw some sort of populate spell. But yeah, so that puts me in a really bad spot. And now the fact that he can scavenge onto either A, his flyer, or B, his another scavenge creature, or his flyer that comes back, or another scavenge creature, means that I don't even get like extra value out of doing that. But he just decides to attack with the Dark Revenant, and I'm just like, okay, I'll take it, because now I'm like, well, now I can start attacking at least. But he's going to just play 2 Stonefair Crocodiles, and putting me at 6 was really bad for me there. And right here, I finally draw what I've been wanting to draw for like 25 turns now, and that's not a Selesnya Charm, it is a Tristani. And Tristani came down just a little bit too late, but I'm still okay. I think I can still survive one more turn, and if I get a good draw next turn, then I'm okay. I can actually probably survive 2 turns depending on my blocks. He's got a Dark Revenant, which will trade with my bird. He's got 2 Stonefair Crocodiles, a Drudge Beetle, and a Corpse Jack Menace. So I can let 2 things hit me as long as they're not both Crocodiles or both Corpse Jack Menaces. But I just make just a terrible misplay here. So what he does is he mind rots me, and I guess I'm gonna I mean he's gonna do it in like a second, but I don't think it's too much of a spoiler. I'm just trying to explain what I did so terribly wrong, and I didn't even realize this until like after the game when I was just editing the video. I was like, I can't believe I didn't do that. So he mind rots me, and I discard a Giant Growth. And I don't know why I did that, because I don't have the green mana. This is where I was talking about the green mana. But I don't have the green mana to activate the Key Rune, but I do have green mana to cast a Giant Growth. And the Key Rune is not going to be relevant on defense anyway, so I shouldn't really care about tapping it. And yeah, so it just, for some reason, he's just going to cast a Mind Rot, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, I'll throw away my cards. And I'm pretty sure that that's a Giant Growth in my graveyard, and I just don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I didn't cast it. I should have cast it on like the Cellar of Songbirds, and then it would have made my blocks a lot better. Or even if I had just cast it on yeah, so if I had cast on the Cellar of Songbirds, then I could block and kill a Stonefair Crocodile. I can double block and kill his Corpse Jack Menace, and I can block the Dark Revenant. Then I can take 5 and go down to 1, but I just killed 2 of his creatures. Or alternatively, I could still just Phantom General to block the Drudge Beetle, chump the other thing, chump the one of the Stonefair Crocodiles, trade with the Dark Revenant, and then just kill the Drudge Beetle and kill the Corpse Jack Menace, because like if I Giant Growth my Tristani, and then he loses his Drudge Beetle, no Stonefair Crocodiles. He would lose the Drudge Beetle, the Dark Revenant, and the Corpse Jack Menace, and I would still have my Phantom General, I would still have my Tristani, and I would still have my Key Rune. So then the next turn when he attacked, he would just be able to swing in with 2 Stonefair Crocodiles, which I'd be able to block and trade with, and then I would be in much better shape. But instead, he's just going to give one of them lifelink here and take me down to 1. And then I need to basically draw a creature to survive, because he basically just wiped my board. And the Dark Revenant goes back on top of the library. Everything else goes to the graveyard. And now I put myself in a position where I need to draw something to lose or to win, and I don't draw anything. So there we go. I misplayed at the end there, but I hope you guys still enjoyed. Have a nice day. Bye.